Welcome, MK. Hi, Muiwa. Hi, Muiwa. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Muiwa?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, your camera is kind of tilted upside down, like sideways rather. So you have to make your camera straight. Yeah, that's it. Awesome. So are you hosting this? Are you hosting this Q&A session?
Oh, well, I don't know. Why not?
Okay, awesome. So it starts in 2 minutes. So you're ahead of schedule. So it's good to have you here. So once the first filmmaker comes in, we'll start talking about the film so we can make use of time. So we're live on YouTube, we're live on Instagram, so people can join us on both platforms. Okay, it's 1 p.m. I think you can start sharing your thoughts on some of the movies that we show on this blog. before the filmmakers join. So
Yeah. So do we have Roye Okupe
yeah, where is
online?
not really.
Do we have Bassan? Which of the filmmakers are with us right now?
Right now,
Do we have Tina?
one of them has left. The work is just start talking about general impressions on the films before they step in.
Yeah. I find the red fish quite intriguing, so to speak. That's another. Oh, okay. Esther is with us. Hello, Esther. Hello, Esther.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, okay. Welcome on board. I was just going to
Thank you, sir.
talk about the red. I was just going to talk about the red fish
Okay.
in reference to Drunken Dreams.
Okay.
I see both films, using the similar style, stop motion animation. I find that quite intriguing. Did you see the Redfish?
Yes, I think I saw it. I don't think I saw everything, but I did. I saw another stop motion film, and I was really excited.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Any thoughts you want to share with us on that?
Well, I think that the style, I found the style very, very interesting, and I found they had different creative approaches, towards the stop motion that I saw, but I didn't quite. I don't think I watched it completely, but I know I watched it quite a bit, and I appreciated the style to which they used. I think it was lying on a table. I think that was the type of stop motion I saw. Like that. Any day, anytime, stop motion isn't easy. So any style any style you use, it can come out really well, if you do it well.
It's an extremely painstaking process, as you can say. I would have loved to ask the producer of the Redfish. I would have loved to ask what informed the style of audio, because when it comes to the characters speaking, it's all mumbo jumbo. You can't make out anything. I know that is deliberate, and I would have wanted to know why that particular approach to the audio was adopted.
Okay.
Other than that, the storyline is interesting. It's engaging, and one cannot but marvel at just how difficult it is to put that sort of work together, especially with the red fish in the jar and all of that. It must have been really, really difficult to do.
No doubt it will be. It usually is, actually.
No, but where do you see stop motion? Isn't a very popular style in animation.
No, sir, it's not.
What is your vision? What is your vision?
Okay, I'm trying to. I'm with you.
Where do you plan to take that style?
Okay, now well, I intend to keep. I'm looking forward to being able to make a feature film soon, and so I'm trying to increase the amount of time I can put into it. once you get a hang of stop motion, I think it's straightforward from there. The most difficult part about stop motion is getting the kind of quality that that because there are films that have inspired. There's this film called Chicken Run by Adman Studios.
That's Adman Studios, yeah.
Yes, Adman Studios. Yes, it was a big inspiration for me because it was being able to do stop motion for very long and at very high quality, and that's really a big deal because you could start if you want to do probably a 1 minute stop motion, the sequence, it could take you a very long time if you're going to get good quality. And because normally for animators, one of the challenges we have is the range of movements. That's the range in terms of like how detailed the change is over time. Now, if when you're having to manage characters, it's in the physical sense, normally in 3D and 2D, wherever you put the character, it's there. But in stop motion, there's tendency for gravity and so many other things to come into play and not allowing you to to keep it things where they are. So that's probably where some of the biggest challenges come. And then lighting, you have to light physically,
MK, did you ever see the Corpse Bride?
Okay, yeah.
Did you ever see the Corpse Bride?
No, I haven't.
Actually, that's one stop motion animation that you would actually think it was 3D animation because of how smooth it was. You know what? I think. Let me just share the trailer of the Corpse Bride for a second, so you guys can see. And for someone who doesn't know, you would actually swear that it was 3D animation because of how good it was.
All right, thanks. Tina is with us. We're going to come to that shortly.
They'd never be full. His parents was hurled. Birds were filled with regret. But in a moment of panic, Victor desperately fled. And by his grave is understanding. Marry the Corpse Bride instead. You may kiss. From Tim Burton, creator of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I get
It's a tale of wit, charm, and strife.
I'm not dead.
About a timid young man and the love of his life. Victoria! Tim Burton's Corpse Bride.
Really wet.
Oh,
Amazing.
wow.
You can see how fluid that was.
Yeah, awesome.
Esther, I'm putting the challenge to you.
Okay.
Has to be better than that.
So there you go. Over to you. Yeah, I mean that really shows just how far one could take that style. It's quite amazing.
Yes, it is.
Tina is in the room now.
Yeah, Tina is in the room. And yeah,
Okay.
Hey, Tina.
Hi.
hello, you're welcome.
Hi, how are you
So
guys?
could you give us a bit of background into your movie?
Excuse me, I didn't hear.
Just give us a bit of a background into your movie.
Of the film that I did of the Sugarcane Man.
Yes.
So the Sugarcane Man is a short graduation film that I did with my fellow group members and my co-director Leroy LaRue. We did last year, and I wrote the Sugarcane Man in 2017, and it was kind of like a retaliation or an anger towards, me not, I couldn't do, anything to help catch Joseph Kony, because the Sugarcane Man is metaphorically based on Joseph Kony. And in 2017, when I heard that the Ugandan government and the United Nations, the military forces kind of stopped searching for him, I was upset, and I decided, me as an artist, what can I do to contribute or to help? And I wrote a story based on him, and in 2019 we created the Sugarcane Man. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So what did you guys think of the film? Like, what did you take away from the Sugarcane Man, the film?
Yeah, it's what I saw in the Sugarcane Man was a story of indoctrination.
Mm.
Story of indoctrination. The way you guys took the concept of indoctrination and you put it in a form that's visually striking.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
from,
thank
from
you.
from a simple innocent boy, and he's being lured by a dog. Now, what I would just like you to throw a little more light on, the dog seems to be left in the middle. So you look at the story one way, you think the dog is just a medium, and
Mm,
it's not conniving with the sugarcane man. You look at
mm,
it the other way, you're like, you know what, this dog is the agent.
mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
it has a very subjective end to it,
Mm.
because it feels like the dog is being used and
Yeah.
not willingly.
Yeah.
But the dog wanders about and lures the kids in and all that. Does the
Yes.
dog represent a person or a group of persons? And if yes, are those people innocent or are they complicit?
Are you talking the dog? Because the dog also, it represents, when you look at the film, there's so many hidden messages in it. Like, when Okello, the main character, when he falls inside the hollow, you can see other toys that are inside there, meaning that there were other victims. The dog, you must watch its movements. Like when you first see the dog is engaging with Okello, the main character, and is enjoying his music, but then all of a sudden the dog pops up its head as if maybe someone is calling it, and or maybe it's like it's in a trance, and slowly by slowly the dog is kind of luring Okello towards the sugarcane man. But later on you see that the dog also warns Okello, like the dog barks, and Okello turns around and he sees the sugarcane man hand gripping his. And so many people were confused because they didn't know if the dog was the bad or good. And we wanted to play, along with that. We wanted the audience to decide what they think the dog was. And the dog has so many themes to it. It's just not one context. She loves the kid, but also she feels sorry for the main character because she knows what's going to happen to him. And you'll see, on the last scene, the dog turns around, feeling sorry for Okello, but also knowing that she has to go get a next child.
More
She
kids.
doesn't
Yeah.
want to, But it also shows that she's being controlled. She's being puppeteered by the sugarcane man, and she doesn't want to, but she has to.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, again, you've just struck it down. Those were my thoughts, and that's why I wanted you to throw a bit of light on, and I think you just did
Yeah.
that. Thanks. So
Yeah.
over to you, MK.
Yeah, thank you. Tina, this is quite commendable. I have to congratulate you for an excellent work.
Oh, thank you.
The social, the socio-political problem that this work touches on is not one we can easily wish away, not only in different parts of Africa, but around the world. It's not one we can easily wish away. And it is still a problem that pops up here and there. I mean, in some parts of West Africa, including even here in northern Nigeria, we have the Boko Haram movement and all of that. We have the, and we have similar conflicts happening in parts of Kenya. And what I just wanted to ask you is this: what role do you think animation and art and film, can play in addressing this problem?
A huge part of it. That's why that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to be in the animation industry, because as a kid, I used to watch a lot of animation, not just, in terms of politics, but also in terms of how it can represent Africa in general. Because when I was a kid, I didn't see my own skin color in the animations I used to watch. And as a young child, when you watch cartoons animation, it plays such a big role in your mind of how you see yourself in society. And also, I feel that animation can educate people, be it as an adult, mostly in Africa, can educate people on what is happening in your own continent. And it plays such a huge role. But I think people are too afraid or shy away from these topics because they have such heavy influence. Because when I wrote The Sugarcane Man, I was a little bit scared and hesitant, but I knew that it had a big role to play, because I wanted people to not forget, what happened to those children and the people of Northern Uganda. But also just to educate them. And if people don't shy away from the types of topics, mostly politics, then it can educate just people mostly around Africa and people internationally, because we used to seeing mostly like westernized animation, and it's kind of told over and over again. And I feel that African animation is a new kind of topic. It's fresh ideas that I think that the world needs. We need our own animators and storytellers, and they are out there. And if you can get that, then slowly by slowly, like, I really do think, animation will make a change, mostly in Africa. We need to tell these stories, these topics, and people shouldn't shy away from them, because they can change people's perspectives of how they see the world.
Awesome, that's fantastic. Do you have other works in the pipeline along the same line thematically?
Yeah. Yes. I right now there's this, I'm writing a story that's kind of based on the Nile River. I've always just been interested in how kind of spiritually how the Nile River has affected each country that it passes through. And I think I've been writing it for 3 years. I was just been trying to find funding and support in that kind of context. But then also I have another story that I'm working on in terms of HIV and AIDS and how it affects, mostly in Africa. And people tend to shy away from that. But if you can just educate people and tell them that, this is okay, they won't think of it as a taboo. Even, malaria. I'm a person, I like to write stories that have a very powerful message behind it and have a purpose. And I think in future, like, I do have stories that I really want them to come to life. And I really hope that with the Sugarcane Man, I can write more stories because it has been a very huge wake-up call and inspiration to me and my team members. So yeah.
Nice
Thank
one,
you,
Tina.
Tina. Thank you very much, and congrats once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for accepting our film in your festival. It's been an honor. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I think
Yeah.
generally, like I just want to find out one more thing, Tina.
Yeah.
When we look at the what were your roles in this production? Were you the one who created the characters, or were you in charge of the
Uh,
character animation or the rendering?
So I was the lead writer. I was responsible for creating the Sugarcane Man and texturing him, and also texturing the tree. Like I was a character modeler, texturer. I was an asset texturer. I worked mostly in the pipeline of look dev. Yeah, I was mostly part of the look of the film because I'm very good at lighting and texturing and writing. That's my strong skill in the pipeline. And then the rest of my teammates, of course, like, each person had their own roles. Like my co-director, Leroy LaRue, he was the art director of how, the film should feel and how it should look. And there was a lead shader who was Lauren Miller. Then there was the lead rigger who was also our production manager, Nadine. And also there was Ivan Stoltz who was responsible for the fur, and there was Philip who was responsible for the VFX. And then there was Sipo Morosi who was responsible for the animation. So I'm grateful to my teammates because we each came from different backgrounds in Africa, and we put aside our differences to make such an impactful film. And we faced a lot of obstacles, because a lot of people wanted to change the film to make it look more westernized, and we had to fight for it so that it can stay true to it can be authentically African. And I'm grateful for my teammates because they're very talented people. But yeah, I was more responsible for.
I also noticed you guys won. You were nominated for the BAFTA Student Film Award for animation.
Yeah, we were nominated, which we're very, very grateful for.
That's really beautiful, and I think it's the kind of exposure that young animators need.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
put their works out there. You
yeah.
understand? And I'm really proud of your work. I think let's just show people a little clip from your stuff for those who are watching online, following us on YouTube and on Instagram. Let's just see a bit of Sugarcane Man. You see what you did with the instrument using the crown clocks and all that. That was really intelligent.
Yeah.
And again, that's when you were talking about keeping it authentic to Africa.
Yes, yeah.
These are some
Like
of the things that.
yeah, because even we had to study very closely the environment. We wanted to make sure that it was authentically Ugandan, and also just also the kalimba. We try to, even though, like, for example, the kalimba, the musical instrument is not really known in Uganda. It's kind of like a African instrument, and we had to research. And yeah, it was a very exciting experience, just learning so many things.
And then
I'm also like,
this
yeah.
spooky abode of the Sugarcane Man, who conceptualized that whole structure?
Excuse me?
Where the Sugarcane Man resides, the scene they're showing right now, that's really spooky. Were you the one who came up with the design for that space as well?
Or like where he inside the
Yes,
inside the
inside the
tree.
cave. Yeah, inside the
Yes, yes. So when I wrote the story, I really wanted. I was really interested in how, for example, Joseph Kony, uh, it was funny in a way where people would tell me, like my family members would tell me that, Joseph Kony, he can never be caught. He's always in hiding in the forest. And I kind of metaphorically turned it into how, a tree or inside a hollow, how he's hidden. Like the sugarcane man can never come out of the tree. He's kind of stuck in
And
there.
then one, let me even tell you something else I noticed. By the time he
Mm,
found his music instrument, the crown
mm.
cock wasn't there anymore.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he cannot. Wait, did you say he cannot come out anymore?
When he found the instrument in the tree,
Mm,
the crown cocks, the covers of the bottle covers, they weren't there anymore.
mm.
You know, they were there at the beginning when he was playing with it. Had all those
Yeah.
Fanta and all the other crown cocks around it.
Ah,
By the
yeah, yeah,
time he found
yeah.
it in the tree, they weren't there anymore. You know, and those are little details that just make it intelligent. And then for me, interpreting it, it means that he has a lot more to find. So it's not just about finding that. Uh,
Mm,
Even if he wanted to leave, he would still be kept there because he had to find the other parts of the instrument, the crown chords that were there that are now missing.
yes,
You know,
yes, yes.
I
Yeah.
just I think it's just a very intelligent stuff. And well, as we round up this session, because we have another session in 1 minute, I just want to say well done, and you guys have done a great job. Great job.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congrats. Well done. Stanley, are you
Yeah,
there?
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I was hoping we could have a few minutes to talk about Malaika. I guess we can leave that for the next
We'll do
break.
that for the next session. Yeah,
We'll do that during the next session. Yeah,
next session.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Sure,
thanks, Tim.
sure.
Thanks, everybody. Let's jump straight to the creating tones and sound to animation session with Nambi and Mama on the other
All
link.
right, guys.
It's on the
Thanks. Okay.
Instagram homepage. So just go there, you find the link, click it, and join the session.